is Becky Baker and I am a teaching artist with Artists Creating Together, and I'm excited to show you today how you can create a work of art using recycled materials. Our project today is a floral wreath made out of a cardboard egg carton and a cereal box. And this project can be split up into two parts. So for the first part, the supplies that you're going to need are a cardboard egg carton, a cereal box, just one side, marker and a paper plate or a circle shape of some kind to trace, some scissors, paint of any kind that you have at home, a paintbrush, a water cup or container, and a paper towel. And then for the second part, you'll need Elmer's glue, some string or yarn, and scissors. Alright, so to create our flower shapes, we are going to take apart this egg carton. And to do that, we're just going to pop out these little circular areas. And we don't even need scissors for this step, actually. They come out pretty easily just by tearing. We'll pop those out. And then if you want, you can leave your shape like this, or you can take a pair of scissors and cut some little slits in the sides here to make these look even more like flower petals. Kind of spread them out. You might like that kind of rough edge, or you can take your scissors and even trim them up a little bit more and shape those petals so they're a little more rounded. And what I did is I kind of had a variety of different types of flowers that I cut out. So you can see I'm sort of just trimming off the edge because this one I think will be a little bit more shaped. So that's how we create a flower. And not all the petals will be exactly the same size, and that's okay because that's kind of makes it look a little bit more organic and natural that way anyway. So we'll just keep working on popping these out, as many flowers as you want on your wreath. We'll try to do maybe about 5 or so will be a good amount for our wreath. So this one I think I'm going to leave a little bit more rough on the edges. I kind of like that. And then you might also choose to make some that are more rounded. So maybe you'll have a different type of flower that is more of a circular shape. I think it looks nice to have sort of a variety on our wreath. Kind of mix them up, mix and match. So this is another option. If we just trim around the edge so it's kind of a circular flower with smaller petals. All right, and then we're going to cut off or tear off this section, and we're going to use all of we're actually going to tear it up a bit so it's flat. So we're going to use these flat pieces to create some leaves. So I'm going to tear these off here. And if it's helpful to you to have an outline, then you can take a marker and actually draw on here a leaf shape. So what I did for mine is I made a couple different kinds. I did several that are sort of an almond or football shape like this. And then I also did a couple that were more kind of a wavy leaf shape. I wanted a couple different kinds just to do sort of that mixing and matching on the wreath. So if it's helpful, you can draw out that shape on the cardboard first, just like that. And then we'll cut that out. And after it's cut out there, I also added just a few little V's, kind of little notches in the sides, just to make it look even more like a leaf there. You kind of see those little V's. So I did that on a few of my leaves too. So that's how we create the flowers and the leaves. And next we will cut out our wreath. We're going to create our wreath shape. So you're going to take your cereal box. So I just cut out the back side of the box to have just this big flat piece of cardboard. And I'm going to flip it on, so this side is facing up. I'm going to trace a circle shape on that side. So I have a paper plate, or if you have something else that's kind of a larger round shape, and then you're going to take a marker, and I'm just going to trace around. So I have a circle here, and now I am going to kind of do these kind of lines around that circle, sort of overlapping and going outside the line and inside the line so that it kind of looks like a couple wavy lines around the circle. So I'll do that quickly and then I'll show you what it looks like. So this is going to sort of give the look that this wreath is made up of maybe some vines or sticks that are kind of woven together around in a wreath. So that's kind of what it looks like there. Some wavy lines kind of going around the circle. And there's no right or wrong way to do this, just kind of letting your hand move freely around the circle. And we'll sort of use that as a guide to cut out the wreath shape. So the next step is to take your scissors. And again, this might be a step that you might need some help with from an adult. So we're just going to cut out around, kind of follow those wavy lines and just sort of pick a line to cut around as you're working your way around the circle. So there we have the outside of our wreath. So you can kind of see the edge has sort of that wave to it. And making those lines just kind of gives us a couple lines to follow, makes it a little easier to cut out those wavy lines. All right, so the next step will be to make a hole in the center and do the same thing on the inside so that you have a ring. All right, so now we have our wreath cut out and our flowers and our leaves, and we're ready for painting and coloring, which we'll continue in our next video. See you there.